Coach, obviously came down to the end there. You know how to put the play in terms of defending and things of that nature.
Yeah.
You guys did the last 3-4 minutes.
We just, Jay was unreal with his defense. You know, the ability to get his hands on balls. He did it in the first half with deflections and steals. And then that last steal he got was indicative of how he played defensively all night. We didn't score particularly well to start and end. I mean, first and fourth, 22 points, but we got enough stops to give us a chance. Anytime you can hold a team under 100 points, you feel really good about your defense. And they do some things, I said it before, you know, with zones and switching, and they do it with a purpose. And so it can distort your offense. But I just thought down the stretch, we made plays. A number of steals tonight for fast breaks. I mean, Mikal had a segment where he was getting out. That certainly helped us. And when you don't shoot it as well from three and don't get enough three-point attempts, and that's what the switching does. It typically takes away the three ball. And so our three ball numbers were down tonight as far as attempts and makes. We just had to manufacture, you know, the effort to win a tough game. I mean, they put it on Golden State last night. So we knew that they were going to come in and play well.
He gets it going in that fashion, not only with the transition, and then that seemed to open up everything else for him. And then he thought getting even more.
Yeah, just thought Jay and Book tonight, they were phenomenal on defense, just getting over screens and getting hands on balls. But there was a segment where Mikal was able to get some deflections and we recovered, and then he was taken off. It certainly gave us energy. It was, you know, one of those rare moments where the fast break became a weapon for us because it allowed us to set our defense. It got our crowd in the game and forced them to call a timeout one time.
Monty, they'll show that lob to Book, but for him to jam Kennard in the corner, and break out.
Yeah, like I said, those guys between Jay and all of our guys defended. I mean, if you hold a team under 100, but those three guys in particular, with the matchup that they had with Morris and Jackson and Kennard, and Batum was knocking down shots most of the night. Book knew he had to close out to his feet. And I've said this before, the energy that he has is just uncommon. To be able to do that and then take off down the floor and catch a lob like that, I thought that was a signature play for us. It was our defense manufacturing offense for us.
Felt like one of those games where you look at like potential assists for Devin. Those are going to be really high compared to the assists. Did you like his decision making against the draft?
Yeah, the decision making and just understanding the spacing. There were times where our guys made the right play. We just missed the shot. You know, you can look at the numbers and see from the three, but yeah, I've always said that about Book. You know, he can be aggressive and get his own shot, but he also understands the we score mentality that we've all implemented.
Coach, you value so much the shoot around and not to have one this morning.
Mm-hmm.
That play role, maybe certain stretches of the game or
No. No, it's when I don't like to get ahead, but I also have to plan. And so when you're thinking about two back-to-backs, we decided to do a combo day the day before. So in essence, we did have a shoot around, and we still had about 9 or 10 guys in the gym this morning. But to your point, there is a rhythm to the day that we're all used to, and sometimes that can affect you. But I just thought we missed shots. We had segments in the game where we were a bit off, but I thought it was them. They're a good defensive team, and they have been since Ty has been there, and even when Doc was there. But Ty has implemented a number of coverages that can throw you off. You come out of a timeout, you don't know what they're going to run, and so you almost have to run 2 plays to figure out are they going to be in zone, are they going to be in switching, are they going to be in a normal coverage. And so I'd give them credit more than anything. But you're right. There are times where you can take away from the production on the floor by messing with the rhythm of the day, but I don't think that messed with us today. Yeah. Yeah.
You've got a guy like McHale that can hit
Yeah.
that corner three, Jay doing what he does on defense,
Yeah.
DA automatic in the paint. Just as a coach, what kind of level of comfort do you have with having guys? that
Yeah.
can position that can execute?
Well, I think I keep going back to this. I mean, it's the experience in the bubble gave those guys confidence. And then the experience in the playoffs showed us what we needed to work on. And you have to be willing to take those shots because the good teams are going to take away your first and second option. And when you get to the third and fourth option, you're fighting the clock. And so you don't have time to think about it. You got to be able to take that shot and live with the results. And McHale's, case in point, he's not afraid to take those shots. I don't think he was afraid before, but he hadn't been in those positions enough.
Monty, you mentioned Devin's energy being uncommon. Numbers for you guys in the final 5 minutes of close games, just the shooting numbers especially,
Yeah.
are ridiculous. And it doesn't seem like anyone out there is tired. Does that line up with what you see and what you talk about?
Well, it's hard to say. I do think the experiences we've had over the past couple of years with this group, with Chris being the point guard, certainly helps us. But Chris and Book aren't afraid to take those shots, and they're not afraid to have the ball in their hands. And when teams double them or run defenses at them, they understand the spacing and where guys are. And then you have guys like Jay and Cam and McHale, and now Torrey, who's willing to take a shot. And DA commands a lot of attention. So I think our past experiences are helping us now. Even the hurt that we felt last year may be helping us now. Probably some other stuff that I'm missing, but we have good players.
DA had a slow start in this
Yeah.
season. Before in the first quarter, didn't record anything. Zubats on the other side almost had a double that first quarter. But if you look at the box score at the end of the game, they ended pretty even.
Yeah.
Did you say anything to DA?
Everybody was just, in those moments, it's not like a guy's trying to miss. I mean, he missed some shots tonight around the basket that he's money on. And so there were times where we thought they were diving too low versus the pick and roll coverage. And sometimes you can dive right into the coverage. And we just talked to them about the short roll, and he started to hit his floater a little bit. But when a guy's missing shots, you typically just encourage him to keep making them. We know it's going to come around because he put the work in.
Lonnie, to your point on Jay, when you were at home, Kevin Young said Jay is probably the smartest player he's ever coached when it comes to understanding schemes on both ends. How much does it help to have like him sort of quarterback, I guess is the word, your defense in those crunch time moments?
Yeah.
Teams are going to get to their stuff and Jay's going to see it.
You have to have guys, in my opinion, that understand your scheme, but also have the ability to make a play. The system hopefully puts guys in a good position, but you don't want your system to limit guys. And so, when you have smart defenders who know what you're trying to do and understand what the opponent is trying to do, they can make plays. Jay, Chris, they typically are calling out the other team sets and they know what's coming. And so that allows for them to make plays. But Jay's been in a number of good programs, and he just, as Kevin said, he's got a high IQ. There are times where I'll talk about a coverage and I'll get input from the guys. And usually I'm talking to Chris and Jay about things that we could or should do on the floor.
Who went with an all-bench lineup to start the second and fourth quarters tonight? For the first time in a while,
Mhm.
going with Aaron and Torrey. The first half they did pretty well, second half.
Yeah. Same. The first half, I thought they changed the game for us a bit. In the second half, we were in mud. The offense put us in mud. We were missing shots, and they were taking off and getting into transition. It's a work in progress. I mean, two of the guys just got here like 3 or 4 days ago. So they're, trying to play within what we do and understand what we do better. I thought we didn't have as much pressure on the rim. JaVale was popping a little bit, and we talked to him about diving so we can space the floor properly. But I think you have to give those guys confidence. You don't want to put the game in jeopardy, but I don't want to yank guys when they're, not playing as well as they want to. It's not their intention.
Did you know, okay, it looked like-
I think he's all right. It was a physical game, but I think he's okay. All right. Yep, thanks.